I'm Juliani.
And I'm Michelle, and this is
Two Latins in America. In today's episode, we're gonna talk about the interview process and also how we match with our current host families.
In the next episode, we're going to talk about the documentation and the process after the matching.
So, Mitch, what about if we talk about to complete the application and how many interviews do you have before matching with your host family?
Okay. We also realized that we have difference between our applications, so I'm going to talk about my application. In my application that I did in 2019, it was I fill up the personality test that was going to show to the of host families. I made a video around 5 minutes. I really like to make the video and to edit it. And 30 pictures about everything, like things I like to do, my family, pictures me at work, and I also fill up a questionnaire with things like what do you like to do in your free time, things that you like to do, hobbies, but also hypothetical scenarios like what are you going to do if the mom is not there and the kid is crying, or what are you going to do if the kids start biting or fighting, and you fill up like the things you think or the things you will do. In my case, I could do it because I had some experience, and I had some experience with some accidents also, so I could fill out that too. And I, in the application during the interview process, I had some assignments and some classes that I was going to review in the future with the training school. And my total of families that I interview in the 4 months process, it was 21 families. And now Juliana is going to tell us about her application.
Well, in our app that is new, you have to record 3 videos answering the questions like what can you teach to the children that any other au pair can, and another one like introducing yourself or showing what else you can do as an au pair. I record the videos. Also, they have like a limit, like from 30 seconds to 1 minute, and it's really short. But the video that I record was between 2 minutes. I did it a little bit longer because there is a lot of things that you want to show that host family can like. Also, they say that you have to post at least 5 pictures, but you can post more than 5 pictures. I chose pictures of me biking with my nephews because it's important that you put pictures with children so they can see that you really like them. And a part of that, I had like a Google Drive file to send to each family, like doing things like playing instruments and biking and stuff, or teaching stuff to my nephews and my sister, so I could send to them when we had an interview so they can know me a little bit more. And that was it. I had at least 15 interviews before matching with my host family. So now
How many months?
It was I complete the 100% in my application on April, and I found my host family in November the 2021.
5 months.
5 months.
And I found my host family. One girl asked me, how do you know that's the right family? And I think it's just a feeling. Just when it's the right family. There's some girls that look for the place, but I don't suggest that because you're going to have troubles adapting to the family. So you need to pay really attention to the profile and how the answers for me were just a big deal, because there was some things that I didn't thought it was right, or that it was not going to fit with me. And I read the profile of my current host family, and I just knew I wanted to be with that family really bad. I got some other interviews, 3 more, but for different families, but I don't really like them. I mean, I already found my ideal host family, so I was not going to give up that easy. And we did 5 interviews, and it took that long because the family wanted to make sure that I was the right fit. Especially the mom, because she had really bad experience with other au pairs, so she wanted to make sure that it was the right fit. And when I found out this, in the 6th interview, I wanted just to make sure that she was comfortable with that. And she told me that she was between me and another girl. I think she was from Colombia, actually, now that I remember. And I was like, yes, don't worry. I mean, I really think we're the right fit together, but if you don't think so, it's okay. I will find another family. And she told me that that was nice for me to take it in account. And after a couple of days, she told me like, yes, we like you, and we know you like us, so we're going to match. And I just want to clarify, I just have contact with the mom, because usually I know some girls like, yes, I chat with the kids like every day, and I didn't know my kid at that time, so I was just weird. And we met, and I think that's it. How about you, Giuliani?
Well, in the process of interviewing, I found that the most of the families didn't like me because in that time I used to be red hair. I used to dye my hair the color. We're gonna put a picture here because it was like really red. And the families didn't like me. They like me and we talk a lot and stuff, and in the right moment they say, maybe we're not comfortable with the red hair. Oh, maybe we're very traditional for having somebody with red hair. And one of the families say like, no, maybe, what about if you dye your hair? And I was like, in that moment, I was like, maybe not. So because girls or boys or who's listening and watching this, if they say that you have to change something of you, maybe that's not your right fit, because you don't have to change anything. You just have to be as you are, like the way you are. But well, time happened and I didn't find a family, so I said, okay, if it's the hair, it doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna dye my hair. And I decided it was like a big choice. I cried the day that I dyed my hair because it was from red to black, and I just did it. And right after, like 2 weeks after, I found a couple of families, and I found my match. That was a family from South Carolina. Wait, the story is really, really crazy. Oh, why are you in Albuquerque? So just listen. And I found this family that was a big family. They had 3 children, and I was going to take care of them, which was in my profile. I was like kind of able to take care of them because that was the average that I've been taking care of with my nephews and my sister at the same time. So we matched. I talked with the mom. She showed me the kids, and that time she showed me the kids, the house and stuff and everything. It was okay, and I say, okay, yes, let's do it. And she was, I'm gonna talk with my husband. I'm gonna do this, and then we have like a meeting with the husband and her, and they say, yes, we want you as an au pair, as our au pair, so let's do the process. And I started the process, and I did everything. This process we're gonna talk about in another episode, but I did everything. So I had my visa, and once you have your visa and you do all your stuff, you're all done, and they give you your flights because they book your flights to you so you can go. And I was supposed to travel on December 17th, and just 1 week before, this family just stopped answering me, and they didn't answer even my emails, even my WhatsApps, anything. So I say, this is a little bit weird. So what's gonna happen? What's going on? And I call Cultural Care and I say, hey, my host family is not even answering me. I need an answer. I need something because my flight it's about to come, so I need to know what's going on. And they say, okay, we're gonna contact with them, but keep calm, just relax. And 3 days after, they just come and say, hey, they didn't answer to us, so we don't know what to do. But the thing is, don't go to the airport because it's not a good idea. And we're gonna keep calling them, and once we have an answer, we're gonna call you. But if they don't answer to us, we're gonna break the match. So I say, okay, the next day, sorry, the next after, sorry, my brain is not working. The following day, they call me. And they say, Juliani, they answer, but they say that they don't want an au pair anymore. So we're gonna break the match. And I was like, what? But I have my visa and stuff. And they said, yes, just relax. We're gonna put you on a wait list. And I was like, okay. And for those days, my phone broke. So I sent them to repair. And I was like a full weekend without my phone. And when I got it again, I realized that I had like 3 families. And I was like, oh, and I interviewed with all those 3 families. And I like one, and I say, oh, I want this because it was just one kid. It was a single mom that is my host family right now. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be like good. And I talked with my godmother. My godmother say like, yes, she's gonna be. And the other family really like me and they really want me right now. But then they say like, oh, what about if we talk to travel in 2 months? And I was like, oh no, I can't because I have my visa now and I can't. And when I talked with my current host mom, she was like, at the beginning was like super serious, and then we didn't know what to say, and she was like, what's your favorite color? And I was like, purple. Oh, mine too. And then the conversation was really, cool. So we started to talk and stuff and that. And the day, she said, let's have another interview. And the day after, she said, look, I need somebody who comes now because I don't have time to do this. I am a doctor, resident doctor, I'm doing this. And I say, hey, I got my visa already, so I can go now. They just have to book the flights. And I said, really? And I was like, yes. And I say, I tell you, I'm gonna test you tomorrow and let you know. And one thing that I think it was really important for me was because she was like, at the beginning she was really like she says like, no, let's say, do you have WhatsApp? I said no. And then she say, oh, okay, I'm gonna download the app just to talk with you. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then that night when we stopped, when we finished the video call, she just tells me like a couple hours after and say, hey, I don't do this kind of decisions without going to sleep, but I think we are a right fit. So I want that you be my au pair. We're gonna match in the application, and we did the match and stuff. And I just have like, I have like couple weeks. I was going to travel on the 20th, January the 20th. And that was what happened. And I remember it was really cool because she was testing me and sending me pictures of the girl and stuff. It was really cool. She was really close. So something that I say, this is my match. This is the one this is the family. This is the people that I want to be with. So I finally traveled on January to Albuquerque. So here I am.
Well, I think that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
And to end this episode, I'm just going to tell all the girls, don't focus on the place, focus on the family. And how do you know it's the right family? You just feel it. You just know.
And try to keep in touch with your family. Try to talk with them daily, and try to find, if you feel that something is not gonna be okay, if something is like wrong, something is don't go that way. It's not the correct way. And life has something better for you. I think it's like that. Maybe that family did it well. Like they ghost me, and I am glad because they did that, because I a great host family. A
That
great,
also.
yeah,
Grace host family. And
yeah.
great.
So, girls, pay attention to that. Focus more in the kind of persons, the kind of people that you want to be with, that you want to live with, because it's about this. Yeah. Don't focus on the place. Don't focus in being around or stuff, because you can do a lot of cool things here just if you really match with your family. So I think that's gonna be it for this episode.
In the next episode, we're going to talk more about the documentation and how it was to be during the pandemic, or kind of post-pandemic.
Post-pandemic, well, it was kind of also like COVID requirements, but it was kind of different. So
Well, we're going to talk about it then.
yeah,
See you in the next episode.
thank you very much. Bye.
Two Latins in America is available in both video and audio format. If you like video, please subscribe to Two Latins in America YouTube channel. And if you prefer podcast, Two Latins in America is available on Spotify.